Okay, let's dive into the really incredible growth story of Progressive Insurance. We're focusing on the last decade, roughly 2013 through 2024. We've gathered a stack of sources here, and we're going to unpack the strategies behind their really rapid expansion. Think of this as your shortcut to figuring out how one company managed such dominance in, let's face it, a super competitive market.
And you absolutely see that dominance in the numbers. I mean, get this. 2024 alone, Progressive added over 5 million policies in force. That's active contracts.
5 million?
Yep. More than double their previous best year for growth like that.
That's staggering. And it wasn't just policy count, right? The premiums.
Exactly. Net premiums written, that's basically policy revenue. Before certain adjustments, they surged 21%.
21%. To what?
To $74.4 billion.
Billion. That's huge.
Well, to put it in perspective, that increase alone is like adding the entire premium volume of the 8th largest U.S. auto insurer in just 1 year.
Okay, that really paints a picture.
And total revenues hit $75.37 billion net income, a record $8.48 billion in 2024. And crucially, they did this while improving profitability. Their combined ratio dropped to 88.8%.
Right, so anything under 100% means they're making money just from the insurance itself before investments. That's impressive underwriting profit while growing like crazy. They cemented that number 2 spot in auto, hitting, 16.7% market share?
16.73%, yeah. And still leading in commercial auto with just over 15%.
So the big question remains, how? How did they actually pull this off?
Well, what the research points to again and again is their core strategy, precision at scale.
Precision at scale. Okay.
It's not just a catch-all phrase. It seems to be their operating model. It's driven by technology, really granular data, and increasingly AI. It's about being super precise in understanding and pricing risk for individual customers, and then scaling that profitably across millions.
All right, let's break that down. That precision piece pricing seems key. They were early with Snapshot, weren't they?
Oh, absolutely. Pioneers there. They've used telematics, tracking driving habits like speed, braking, mileage for over 2 decades now. Snapshot has gathered data from over 14 billion miles driven.
14 billion miles.
Yeah. So they can analyze individual driving behavior and offer genuinely personalized rates. Safer drivers save money. And the AI refines their risk models, making them, according to the data, about 9% more accurate than traditional methods.
9% more accuracy. Maybe sounds small, but across millions of policies, that's a massive advantage, isn't it?
It's a huge competitive edge. It lets them potentially price lower for the best risks, attracting them while still pricing appropriately for others. It fuels that growth.
And how do they get these customers? Their digital game seems strong.
Definitely. The data shows over half, 53% of new customers start online. And Progressive ranked first for online user experience in a recent study. Their app is apparently pretty central, too, for managing policies, getting quotes.
And they back that up with serious marketing dollars.
Oh, yeah. Ad spending hit a record $3.5 billion in 2024. That's a massive increase, clearly aimed at grabbing market share when maybe others were being more cautious.
I saw something about using generative AI in their campaigns, too.
Yes, using it to sort of tailor ads and content more effectively, apparently resulting in pretty big lifts in conversions. Personalization again. They also use this progressive profiling technique online.
Progressive profiling?
Yeah, instead of one massive form, they collect info bit by bit as you interact. Makes it easier for you, builds a richer profile for them, better conversion rates.
Okay, makes sense. What about the other side of the coin? Claims. Tech is big there too.
It is. Heavy investment since around 2017. AI is now heavily involved in photo estimates, for example. Their AI systems handle something like 2.5 times the daily photo estimates compared to just humans doing it. Big efficiency gain.
Right, efficiency up. But I did see some survey data suggesting auto claim satisfaction has had some challenges, maybe ranked below average sometimes.
That's a really important point. Tech drives efficiency, speed on their end. But the customer experience during a claim, which is often stressful, doesn't always directly track with those internal metrics. It highlights that ongoing tension, between optimizing processes with tech and ensuring a positive human experience. They are investing there, though.
And beyond tech and customers, they were smart about managing the overall business, too. Diversification.
Definitely. Moving into commercial and homeowners helps spread risk. But also interesting is their geographic strategy. They seem to have deliberately pulled back exposure in some high-risk weather states, like parts of Florida and Texas, where losses were mounting, and focused growth elsewhere. Strategic rebalancing.
So bringing it all together for you listening, Progressive's growth wasn't luck. It looked like the result of really disciplined, tech-led strategies. Sophisticated use of data, AI for pricing, marketing, claims efficiency, combined with smart market moves, growing fast and boosting profit.
Yeah, that level of data precision combined with focused execution, it's really changing the insurance game.
So here's a final thought, something for you to chew on. If insurance pricing is becoming this granular, this personalized down to your driving, your clicks, your specific data, what happens to the traditional idea of risk pools? Where people in similar groups pay similar rates. Does that kind of hyper individual pricing eventually erode the whole concept of shared group based risk? Something to think about.